On the 30th of October, the third economic seminar of the year was held at the headquarters of the Dubai Chamber of Commerce and Industry. In his address, His Excellency Hisham Al Shirawi, second Vice Chairman of the Dubai Chamber, revealed that Dubai's exports and re-exports had increased by over 18% in the first 9 months of this year, compared to the same period in 2010. These figures, His Excellency said, were a good indication that Dubai was on track to achieving its forecast economic growth of between 3 and 5% this year. However, he did add that continued efforts to drive business growth were necessary in order to support the economy. The agenda of the seminar also included presentations on 2 other important topics: Dubai's trade opportunities in the world market, according to resource consumption accounting, and also the possibility of expansion of the GCC market to include Morocco and Jordan.
The purpose of using RCA is to find Dubai's trade advantage in key markets. So the top product groups, basically what RCA is, it's a measure of export advantage based on how much Dubai exports in relation to the rest of the world, in comparison to how much the world exports to the world market, looking RCA to the world. So we're basically trying to find products of interest, the top products that we have an advantage in, so we can help Dubai exporters find key markets for their exports. The products which have high RCA values, mainly for Dubai, is consistently been precious metals and stones, a product group for precious metals and stones, and then it's followed by other product groups. Sugar and confectionery is also important, and then there is also tobacco and substitutes from free zones. So these are the top products. Now, one of the main conclusions of our analysis was the countries of interest as well, and many of these countries are in the MENA region, Middle East and North Africa. So those countries are the countries for Dubai exporters to look at because we feel there are favorable trade prospects there. We have high RCA numbers.
We've been talking a little bit about the possibility of Morocco and Jordan joining the GCC, and what we talked about today was the synergies. So if there is a deal or if there isn't a deal, there's still a lot of synergies between these countries. We found that there's opportunities that the GCC could invest in to enhance their position in the post-oil era. And especially in the case of Morocco, there were 2 sectors that we highlighted. One was the agricultural sector and the other was the solar energy. Morocco could help the food security dynamic in the GCC region, and Morocco could help the learning process of generating solar energy into the master project here in the UAE. And in terms of Jordan, we talked a little bit about the ICT sector. In terms of the ICT sector, we could be looking at startups across the region. We've had many startups in Dubai and Jordan that have done very, very well, and there's a possibility of creating synergies there. And we also talked about the education sector in Jordan and how the GCC could look to its training needs to Jordan in the future and actually use the thrust of what these economies are already doing for the benefit of the GCC.
Yeah, my company is the logistics company. I'm from China, Sinotron, the largest logistics company in China. We recently just acquired this company, acquired one of the local companies. I do like to know what the Dubai, the business, what is Dubai trade. So in these seminars, they provide me a lot of useful information. I do find it's benefit to me, especially for a newcomer. So I think it's very good. I will continue to come for this seminar.